When I stop to think about the images that stand out for me in all of these stories, my mind goes to when Lazy Jack loses his coin, when the Sultan believes that his children are animals, when Epaminondas accidentally drowns the dog, when the youngest brother's water of life is switched with unhealthy water, and when Wally opens the treasure chest and didn't exactly find the treasure. All of these hits symbolize loss. Whether it's the coin, the dog, family, or treasure, each character experiences some sort of loss that they must overcome. The loss that these characters feel is real to them, and they will do anything it takes to make the loss go away and to have a happy ending. They don't let the losses bring them down or hold them back. They take it with stride, pick themselves back up, and keep fighting. That is why Lazy Jack and Epaminondas continue to bring gifts back, and the youngest brother goes to search for the princess. The Sultan finds his real children, and even Wally doesn't have a terrible ending. Loss affects people in different ways, and it is the way that you handle it that affects your happy ending.
When I think back on the stories told in class, I realize all of the main hits I have through the stories share a common theme of trust and what dangers can emerge when there is no trust or when trust is broken. It also shows the power of trust and the ability it has to strengthen relationships. In the Water of Life, Brother 1 and 2 disobey their youngest brother's trust and switch the healing water he got for his father with something that would make him sick. Trust was also broken when Epaminondas brought the puppy home for his grandmother and ended up drowning it because he was unable to take care of it. And lastly, trust is broken when Wally attempts to steal the gold from Lewis, even though Lewis brought the trust that Wally will instead help him. On the other hand, there are scenes of great trust throughout all the stories, such as in The Sultan and Sultana when she forgives him after making her endure public humiliation for many years, and in Lazy Jack when he trusts that Wally will uphold his wishes for retrieving the gold.
The story of Epaminondas really hit me hard because the poor dog died because Epaminondas never listened to his mom. He was told to put the butter in the water to keep it cold, but this was after it already melted. The next item Epaminondas received was a dog, which he then took to the river and put in the water, causing it to drown because that's what he listened to from his mom. This really made me angry because the poor dog had to suffer from his mistakes. The next story was about Lazy Louise, and this made me angry as well because Wally was his friend and he did all of the work to gain all the gold. But Wally didn't get any of the gold. Louise did after he was lazy and stayed in bed and let Wally do all the work for him. I was really impressed that Wally didn't get angry with him because he didn't receive any credit or reward for his hard work. The next story, Water of Life, was a really good story. I really liked it. I loved how the youngest child did the right thing with the right intentions for his father. He went out searching for the water of life so he could help cure his sick father. His brothers before him went out in search of the water for the water of life for their own gain. They wanted the kingdom. With these bad intentions in mind, they ignored the person who was supposed to help them and they got into trouble. I love the grace the youngest brother had with finding the water for his dad and freeing his cruel brothers. And the last story, the golden water, this story kind of tied in with the water of life where the third person yet again was the one that prevailed. He did the right thing and the first two got into trouble, not learning from their mistakes and having bad intentions.